Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of the Young Gods podcast. Coming up today, we've got some interesting topics, including a Fantasy Premier League update, as well as a North London derby on the horizon. But first, let's say hello to my co host, Chezlin. How's it going?
Hey, Yaaseen, I'm doing okay. Hey. We have had a few days since the Burnley game, so the trauma started to wear off. So, doing a little better. How are you doing after that game?
I'm alright. Yes, the few days of recovery time was definitely needed. Had to let loose my frustrations there, but feeling much better. Feeling hopeful.
Uh,
Hopeful is the word.
that's good to hear. That's good to hear. We do have two big games coming up, so yeah, let's see how things go. So
Monumental
everyone joining
games.
us on the podcast, yeah. Joining us on the podcast today is Butsolo from Durbanville. Butsolo, how are you doing, bro? How are you doing after the shock on Saturday?
I mean, I've got a wide smile on my face, but I wasn't smiling during the game. Definitely, that's for sure. I was really disappointed. It felt like a loss, but I mean, it is what it is. Typical Arsenal throughout the whole season. But what can you do? We look forward to
Yeah.
Europa.
Yeah, what can you do, eh? Flip. So let's get a bit into the game. But Sola, I'll ask you first.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had quite a lot of people saying that yeah, the goal, Burnley's goal was Leno's mistake, and we have the other half of the people saying that it was Xhaka's mistake. What do
yeah.
you think about that?
Oh, listen, for me, it's Xhaka. For me, it's Xhaka because firstly, he's got three players closing him down, and his first touch was not even good. Even his body positioning was to the right side of Luis. He was facing Luis. He could have turned and played it to Mari, or he could have played it back to Leno. Leno could have launched it again, or he could have just kicked it out from corner if he wasn't sure. So for me, he had multiple options, but it's typical Granit Xhaka. For me, he's not good enough for Arsenal. Personally, I've tried with him, but I'm not the biggest fan of him. So, and he has these mistakes in him as well because even last week at Leicester, he cost us the goal. The pass wasn't on for Willian. They won the ball, goes Tielemans scores. I mean, the defending could have been better against Leicester, but I mean, it all came from him. He's done it against Burnley this season, got sent off stupidly. And then after interview of the Chelsea goal, still gets arrogant. But I feel it just is what it is. Typical Granit Xhaka. For me, it's time to move on anyway.
Yo, we got some conflicting opinions coming here.
Really.
Yasin, what do you think?
For me, I blame Leno. Um, I blame Leno because personally, okay, as a keeper, you're supposed to see that the pass is not on. He's gonna get closed down. He's gonna be. Leno puts Xhaka in a bad position, and I agree. Xhaka could have done better. He really could have kicked the ball out if it was that bad. But Leno should have seen this coming, and for me, Leno's distribution has always been just bad. His passing is always just bad. So I would have liked to see him just boot that ball upfield and get rid of it. But unfortunately, it did not happen that way. And okay, I do put some of the blame on Xhaka, but I'm a big Xhaka fan, and I believe he should be wearing the captain's armband. You
Wow.
know, but we can put the blame 50-50 this one.
Okay. It's very interesting because yesterday on the Arsenal review show, it was the exact same. It was 50-50. 50% of the people saying it was Leno's fault, 50% of the people saying it was Jacques' fault. So I'm gonna hit you both or something on a bad stat about both Leno and both Jacques. So seeing as you both as you as Putsolo, you blame Jacques, I'm gonna bring up an interesting one for you. I think yesterday Alex Marsh, one of our regular Gooners from the UK, said that in the past 2 seasons, Xhaka has directly caused us, well, it has directly lost us 8 games, or because of him, we didn't win 8 games in the last 2 seasons, which is quite a lot. So, so yeah, you wait. That's actually Yasin. You said Lena was at full. So Yasin,
Yeah.
what do you think of that?
Um, I feel like Xhaka needs to have the right player playing next to him. And I think that'll help him a lot. I don't think playing him next to Elneny is the way forward. I think playing him with Party, I thought that was something good going on, and I thought, maybe that's the way forward then. But
Yeah.
just watching him play and seeing him, he just exudes the presence of a leader, unlike our current club captain,
Well,
Aubameyang. But I am a fan of the man. I'm a fan of the man.
okay. And
I'll always be a
Butsolo,
bit biased.
yeah, no. I'll put my opinion now. I just want to hear what Butsolo has to say about Leno's distribution because I do agree that Leno's distribution is at times questionable. Where I back Leno is that I think that he saved us a lot of points this season. He's an absolute quality keeper. If he can get that distribution part of his game right, I think that we have a top keeper on our hands. So, what do you have? What's your defense of Leno and his distribution?
For me, for Leno, yeah, I rate him a lot. I feel like fans get onto him a bit too much. But one thing I will say about Leno, when he's on the ball, he's very lapsy days. He takes long. He takes his time. So in fact, he did put Xhaka under pressure in that play. But I feel like Xhaka came to the ball, so he made himself available for the pass. He was in the middle. He came into the box for the pass. So he's saying, "Give me the ball. I'm here." So for me, in that situation, it's not Leno's fault. And just clearing that up again. But for me, Leno's distribution, I don't think he's the greatest, but he's not bad either. You can see he's got something there, but he needs to definitely improve.
Okay,
What do
interesting.
you weigh? What do you weigh in on all of this, Cheslin? Where do you stand here?
So I actually have a soft spot for the both of them. I think that Leno, if there was one between the two, though, I would keep Leno. So that's just my opinion. I Xhaka, I just feel he's a I don't know. He gets a bit emotional sometimes. So that moment when he gets upset at the fans on the field. I'm not a big fan of that. So I do agree that he's definitely captain potential. There's been so many games this season where he's played consistently well, and he's just done amazingly for us. There was the Southampton game where we won 3-1. Where I just thought he had an amazing game. So yeah, I do have a soft spot for him. Leno, I agree. I think that people are way too harsh with Leno because of Martinez. Martinez is doing amazingly at Aston Villa, but he's got that what's the Mings, I think it is in front of him. He's got two really
Yes.
good, a very good defense in front of him. So I think if Martinez had stayed at Arsenal, he would have been in the same position that Leno is now. So yeah, I really really do rate Leno, and I would love to see him play at Arsenal for a long time. I wouldn't mind cashing in Xhaka if we can get the right amount. Yeah,
What
so
would you say is worth? What would you say is worth actually? If a top club were to come, if Barcelona were to come asking for Xhaka, what would you put his worth at?
Butsolo, do you want to give a go first, and I'll give a go afterwards?
Honestly, I think Xhaka, we can, only because of his age as well, is about 28, 29. I think we can get about 25 mil for him. 25. I think that's max. 30 pushing it, really. I really do believe that. 30 is pushing it.
Max.
Because remember, we bought him for 35 as well. We'll never recoup what we got for what we bought for him. So I think 25, 30 pushing it.
Interesting.
Okay,
So
okay. Interesting.
I'm of the opinion that Arsenal are very bad at business when it comes to selling out. We always sell them for the lowest possible. I was reading again yesterday when we saw Henry for 16 million. I was like, what the heck? Like Henry was the best striker in the world at the time. We sold him for 16 million. We sold Fabregas, I think, for the same amount.
Exactly.
We really need to learn how to sell players for more. So I believe that if we sell him and if we sell any of our players, we should hold out for top dollar. What's the kid that Liverpool sold in the last transfer window for 30 million? And I think it was Atletico that wanted Lacazette for 25. I was like, no ways, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
no ways, man.
yeah,
No way.
Arsenal really needs to learn how to play around or needs to learn how to negotiate better. I see standout performances from Saturday's game, if there were any.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say Pepe because when the man came onto the field, he made an impact. He created the chances. He had shots at goal. Okay, his finishing should have been better, and we should have had a penalty by his creation. But I think honestly, the man came on and he made a real difference in the way we were playing and going forward. And I'd give him the man of the match for Arsenal award there. Definitely.
Butsolo, your thoughts?
Um, I don't think there was any player particular, but I think I would agree with Yassine. I would say Pepe as well. When he came on, he brought some energy into the game, some pace, and I think he tried. You can see he tried to make an impact. Unfortunate with the miss shot. I was in screaming already. I was like, Pepe, here we go, and let me down, let me down. It's because he's actually my favorite player at Arsenal right now. So yeah, I think, but in general, I don't think you can pick out anyone. But for me, I would say Pepe that made a positive impact on the game.
I think that I was just again looking at comments and people's reviews of the game on the weekend. I think that people have been extremely harsh with Pepe. I think, especially over the last few games, I think that he's been one of our standout performers. Yes, we paid 72 million for him, but it wasn't his fault that we paid that money.
Yeah,
But he didn't put the
100.
price tag on himself. So I'm not sure what you guys think. Is Pepe somebody who should keep the faith in? Let me firstly ask that, and with that, ask what you thought about the VAR penalty decision. Yasin, do you want to give a stab?
Sure. Okay, so first with the Pepe thing, I think we should, he's starting to show some consistency, he's starting to perform a bit. So I think we should play the kid while he's busy performing. And maybe drop somebody that's not performing. But the question is, who do we drop now? Because
Yeah.
Saka's also, he's looking good. He's having shots, he's creating. And with it looks like we're gonna have to figure out a way how to it's Saka, Pepe, and Aubameyang on. The route is looking Aubameyang through the middle. I'm not a fan of that. Personally, I'd like to see Lacazette through the middle and dropping Aubameyang then. But it's difficult. It's difficult. To be Arteta is quite difficult. But onto the penalty. Ooh, honestly, VAR is ruining football. It is definitely ruining football. There's too much inconsistency. I've got absolutely no idea what was wrong, why it wasn't a penalty. I've got no idea why it wasn't, considering the previous calls that have been given as a penalty. It's just it's ruining football, and I personally believe VAR should be scrapped because it's not being used to benefit.
I agree 100%. But Sola, do you agree as well?
For me, firstly on the VR decision, it's typical of Premier League referee. I can't understand. I was screaming from top of my lungs, penalty! Like I don't know how they even rechecked the VAR. How is that not a penalty? For me, it's not even the VAR. I agree with VAR, but it's the referees behind the VAR screen. Because how do you not see that? How you checked it and then you still give the wrong decision, which makes no sense. And the referees do not utilize the screen on the side enough. They do not go over. So they expect other referees from wherever they're watching to make the decision, and they don't make the right decisions. So for me, it's the standard of refereeing is awful. And what was the other question? Sorry.
Pepe, do you think he's getting the criticism towards him is quite unfair?
I think the criticism is justified to some extent because I feel like Pepe is not the type, even his aura, he very lapsy daisy walks. He doesn't smile, he doesn't work hard for the team a lot. But I think I think him and Lacazette have been done hard because in that run with Southampton and all those teams, they were really the standout players. But I think Pepe, for me, I'm a big fan of him, one of my favorite players. I feel like he's got one more season for me, one more season. As much as I love him, next season he's got to show up. He's got to show up because even last season, late in the season, started performing only, and then the FA Cup really played well only late in the season. Obviously, you're still acclimatizing to the new league and all that. I understand that, but this season I expected a little bit more from him. And also, like he hasn't been picked a lot by Arteta as well, so I don't blame him as well. He hasn't had a lot of starts. So next year, I want to see him starting more regularly and playing. And I think we might see the best of Pepe, hopefully. But that we need to remember 72 million wasn't his fault as well. So I don't think he's a 72 million player. At 72, yeah, I think about 40 million. So hopefully Pepe, we can see the best of him next season.
Yeah, I really hope so too. Again, he's another player I have a soft spot for. When he plays well, I'm just like,
Yeah.
like flip man, this we have a gem on our hands. I am hoping that Arteta can bring the best out of him. We must also remember there wasn't Arteta who bought him; it was Unai Emery. So
Yeah.
True.
yeah, there's a whole lot of factors to consider when it comes to Pepe.
100.
So yeah, talking about Pepe and next season, let's firstly talk about Olympiacos this Thursday. It's a crucial game for Arsenal, probably our biggest game of the season so far. Butsolo, where do you think the game's going to be won or lost? Or not say the game, the tie as a whole this week and next week Thursday.
Yeah.
Where do you think it's going to be won and lost for Arsenal?
I'm putting it out there straight away, straightforward. We are destroying Olympiacos. Like really, I believe last season it was a shock to everyone. First leg we did well, got an away goal. I saw we definitely see. Last year was just unreal shock, and I feel like we'll definitely beat them. Footballing, we've got enough to do them. The only problem is we are our worst enemy. We always do this to ourselves. We make it hard at Benfica, make our own mistakes. Burnley made mistakes. Wolves conceding just before halftime. Luis getting sent off. Even Aston Villa missed passes, red cards throughout the season. So if we can just get our game right and take our chances that we create, I think we will absolutely destroy them because Olympiacos had nothing to offer last season besides poor defending. But I'm very confident coming to this game. If we don't win, hey, I'm done. But it's Arteta out for me. But I'm really confident. I'm really confident we'll do it. I mean, they can't be better than Benfica anyway. So yeah.
And Yaaseen, you were quite confident last week. Are you still that confident this week?
My confidence has died a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It has simmered down a bit. But as an Arsenal fan, you have to remain hopeful. And I do think we will be able to make a good challenge. But I feel like we might be a little. I don't want to say underwhelming, but I think our attacking force, our chance creation. I'm a little bit worried about our chance creation, especially against Burnley now. Okay, after watching that, okay, it is a different team from a different league, from a whole different country. So it's going to be a different game completely. But I'm a bit worried we're not going to be able to create enough chances. But I think our defense will be able to hold up nicely. And with a solid backbone, a solid foundation of a defense, maybe we're able to create and get some goals in. How about you? How are you feeling about this upcoming tie?
I am quite confident. So I do think it's going to be a lot closer than we hope it to be. I'm hoping that Arsenal can prove me wrong, and I'm hoping that on Thursday we can beat them 2 or 3-0. But flip man, like Butsolo said, we're the cause of our own demise in so many of these matches where we should kill games if we don't. Interesting fact, Olympiacos has most of the defenders out injured, so Socrates is almost guaranteed to start on Thursday. And guys were saying last night, just watch Socrates score the winning goal against Boston. It won't be surprised. So I think overall we're all quite optimistic. So Butsolo, we're winning the tie. We're going through to the quarterfinals.
100%. We in the quarterfinals. I think we'll go as far as semifinals. Whether we go further than that, I'm not sure, but I definitely think we'll get to quarterfinals.
Yaaseen?
We are going to win the Europa League, and we are going to get a Champions League spot. And I think we can do it because the Premier League, that is out the window. There's no hope for us there. So I think we are going to win the Europa League.
Yeah. I must say I agree. I think that we are going to win the Europa League. Last season we were out. We were like flip. We finishing 8th. Like it's done. There's no way we're going to beat City in the FA Cup semi-final. We beat them. There's no way we're going to beat Chelsea in the FA Cup final. We beat them. So I'm saying we're going to win this Europa League. I'm hoping that
There we go.
somewhere in this tie just to knock them out. Flip is nothing better than beating Spurs. And talking about Spurs, we obviously have the big North London derby coming up on Sunday. So last night we'll see how funny I wrote Spurs there because last night it was quite interesting. So speaking about the Spurs game, we again had after the panel saying that we wanted we didn't want to play a full strength team on Sunday and rather throw all our eggs in the basket for the Europa League. And then the other half of the panel saying we have to beat them on Sunday. It's just as important to beat Spurs on Sunday as it is to beat Olympiacos on Thursday. So Yaaseen, I know your dad is a former Spurs supporter. What are your thoughts on that?
It is a matter of do or die. For Arsenal against Spurs, it's the biggest game for me. It doesn't matter whatever final we're playing, whatever. It is a matter of do or die. We have to beat Spurs. Honestly, when a derby day comes up, I feel it within me. I feel like I'm playing sometimes. How passionate I get watching and everything, and I feel like it's just we have to do it. I won't accept a loss. I will not accept a loss. Um, I will really only be satisfied with a 4-0 win. A 4-0 win. A 4-0 win.
I'm
But
absolutely loving it.
but yeah, that's about all I've got. How about you, Butsolo?
For me, I fully agree with you. It's do or die. Go full strength. No matter, even if you play the Olympiacos, go full strength. We need to win this. After that performance at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, it was awful, and that Son goal just shocked me as well. Like we just need to. I will never forget that goal. Like really, I was in shock. I just really North London derby. Like you don't have to say much about it. It's just a North London derby. It's really a big game. And one of my favorite derbies was 2 years ago with Emery with a 4-2 win. That was an amazing game. It had fights, had goals, had everything. It was just,
Yeah.
I felt like I was in the stadium. One of my favorites. Even the comeback. So we need to win this game. After the last previous game this season, they owe us one. They owe us one.
I agree 100% with both of you. Butsolo, that 4-2 game today, they scored the last goal, I think it was.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
Yeah,
he
it
scored
was.
that. Wow.
his shirt is off, my shirt is off.
Yeah, so
There's truly no better feeling than winning a trophy and
yeah.
beating Spurs. I think it's needed, man. Flip. Our gooners from the UK that watch our show also flip for them. I feel sorry for them. Mark was saying last night how they're going to hear it for the next couple of weeks if we don't win on Friday. So also have to shut Jose Mourinho up once and
Yes.
for getting sacked.
Please.
Guys, we don't have much time left on the show, so we have to talk about Fantasy Premier League. It's been a crazy weekend of results. Nobody expected Liverpool to lose to Fulham. Nobody expected City to lose to United. So, yeah, I'm going to bring up Yaaseen's Fantasy Premier League team. We have to expose him every week.
Every week.
He has brought Arsenal players into his team. So, yeah, Yaaseen, I'm going to bring your team up now.
Yeah, I brought in Aubameyang, to help Saka out there. That was a good call. I took out Mo Salah for Aubameyang, so that was a good swap, very good swap. City let me down, and my front line let me down. My front line really let me down there. But now I'm hoping with the City second game, I can at least get some points from my captain and my two defenders. But not the best week. Not the best week.
Butsolo, you said that you play as well, and you said that you beat Yaaseen this week.
I mean, obviously it's just too obvious, but I'm joking. Yeah, I think I did quite decent this week. I still have some players to play like Mahrez and Gundogan and Cancelo. City is a double game week, obviously. So I end up with 61 points. So hopefully, I think they're playing Southampton as well, so at home, and I think they'll get the job done. I'll get some points, and just make Yaaseen look more embarrassed.
Yeah. So Yaaseen actually also has those three players in his team, eh? So
yeah. Okay, it's fine. We already got the dub. Either way, it's okay.
Yeah. Alex was saying yesterday when we were speaking about Fantasy Premier League that Southampton are going to get an absolute thrashing. So for your guys' team,
I hope so.
I'm hoping that City that you guys can get some points on the board. Butsolo, any Arsenal players in your team?
I've got Saka in my team. I think him, and I've only had in the course of the whole season I've had Saka and Aubameyang only. But right now, in the meantime, I've got Saka. I mean, what more can
Yeah.
you say about him? What a player!
Yeah. What a gem. What a
Cheap,
gem.
cheap option.
Yeah.
Chief
He's
option as
looking
well.
nice today. He's going to be playing for Arsenal for a very long time. Yeah,
Oh
absolutely
yeah,
Yeah,
love it. Love him.
yeah, but we got to fix up soon. So hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. So guys, believe it or not, that is actually all the time we have for today. It doesn't feel like it's been 30 minutes, but it's been 30 minutes.
wow,
So Butsolo, thank you so much for joining us today. You are an awesome guest.
amazing guest. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Yaaseen. Butsolo, we hope to have you on again. Guys, Butsolo is a matric. He's 17 years old. He's going to do amazing this year. Matric, Butsolo, you've got your Arsenal family behind you. This year it's a tough year, but you are definitely we in your corner, bro, and we know you're going to do amazingly well this year.
I
Then
Definitely.
obviously,
appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Yaaseen's also
I
in this family, so he's going to do well. Butsolo, wanted to add something?
Thank you.
No, I was trying to say thank you very much for having me. I had a great time. I mean, this is what all about football, connecting with people, talking about Arsenal, and hopefully in the future can be talking about more good memories, talking about the Europa League, celebrating with our shirts off in front of the screen. Hopefully, but I'm really grateful to be on, and hopefully I'll be on again.
Thank you, Butsolo. And we're going to win a Premier League as well soon, eh?
Yes, we
Definitely.
need to. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully,
So
I
yeah,
need to see one Premier League, please, Arsenal.
we'll definitely talk about that the next time you're on our show, Shame. Guys, when Butsolo and I, when we introduced each other, Butsolo had said that he hasn't seen Arsenal win a major trophy besides the FA Cup. we need, we need to win a big one soon. So we're going to win the Europa League just for you. In your matric year, we're going to win the Europa League.
Yes,
And you can brag all your
that would make my even if I fail matric and win Europa, they'll make my year. But preferably not. Yeah.
Yasin, any closing words from you?
What do we think of Tottenham? There we go. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there.
We'll,
but
we'll, we'll, we'll ask it, the next time he's on.
there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll message you later, Yasin, to let you know what I think about him. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. As always, it's awesome to have you watching our show. Please like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And we look forward to seeing you on next week's show. Again, thank you so much for watching, and come on, you Arsenal!
Come on, boys. Bye.
Oh boys.